Hi everyone, it's Kimberly from Cards Turn Tarot. We're going to be looking at a me and you spread. What'd you learn from each other? What's the energies had to go through? If there was any blocks and a clarifier. So let's get started. I'm going to mix some crystals for each party. One here and one here, and I'll read them. So I'll get the first party out, which you can take sides, whichever one you feel resonates with you. One. Well, one is very, this side's very protective. Very protective. They do a lot, you know, to try to smooth things out. You know, in love, they try. Okay, there's something that the past issue keeps reoccurring. Okay, so it keeps reoccurring up. Okay, who they're dealing with is being very creative to try and earn almost forgiveness, but they don't know how to express themselves very well. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Let's see crystal energy for both. You're very similar, and crystals that you have. You're both very creative. You're both full of ambition. One is more grounded, one is not. One is more wishy-washy than the other. Mm-hmm. Okay, here's one. Well, one you released a lot, and the Black Ring Gate, the truth. You've really micromanaged the energy and came up to a decision. Okay, two. You got the pink opal again. That same energy with the rose quartz here and the clear crystals. Mm-hmm. But you have a protective energy that you hide something or you don't realize why you hide it. It's there. You have it here too. Mm-hmm. This crystal is similar to that. There's a lot of love on the board. Oh, a lot of love. Energy between them. Energy between them. Okay. Yeah, phantom quartz. A lot that's in there. A lot that has to be cleared out. A lot that's not said, but known. I want to get a main energy of what you're dealing with this phantom quartz, please, for them. The outside energy, the influences. Well, there's a bat, so you're protected, and I felt that right off the bat. And there's a moth. Someone has changed. So a rigidness has gone away. Okay? Someone has changed. Someone's not focused either. I think they know the outcome. It's an outcome of knowing you're protected, knowing there's a transformation, knowing there's communication as well, double time, all air element. Dealing with the Pisces. I mean, you could be dealing with the Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You could be dealing with the Gemini as well. Sagittarius. I feel those energies here. Take what resonates. Let's break it down to see what the blocks are with these cards here. The bat, the moth, the vulture. Cleaning up something, if you would. Fixing it. Maybe someone around you wants to fix something, to transform it. Want us to be there for you in communication. Only, I want to say. Can I have for the bat energy? Bat, moth, vulture. Well, we have something that's forbidden, There's something that's forbidden, and I think that's the fact that it never gets resolved. Self-worth. Self-worth and forbidden. There's someone around you trying to help, but making you feel worse with their help. I don't know how to explain that. There's something of different energies on the bottom of the deck. Differences. These guys, you know, you have a lot of differences. One is believing one way, one is believing the other way. You got an 18, you got a 36. A 36 is a good number, but it also means to start again, to start again, to start again, to try again, to try again. Is that's what's happening with this relationship that keeps trying. Can I have for the Phantom Quartz? Choices. And then there was honesty, and I was going to ask what the next one was for Pink Opal, and that's who you're dealing with. They have a spark, or there's a spark there. Let's XY the Ocean Jaspers here. Schedule yourself in. Ocean Jasper, why is it here in blocks? Well, you're listening. You're observing. You're trying to see what choices to make. You know, you're looking at the consequences. Where you might need help. Where you might be wrong. I don't know. This is just coming out. Take what resonates. High Priestess of Earth. So it's a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You know, hard-working. You know, really getting things done. But there's some differences because there's something held. And I think I want to put it with you. High Priestess of Earth, I want to put it with you. Whoever you're dealing with, there's a spark. They're a little messy, but they're loyal. They like to take risks. And they have plenty of hope. So you got loyalty and hope with you. You've got being there with you through thick and thin. You got the differences. It's a dynamic that, you know, most of us want. Let's see what the High Priestess of Earth, the grounding, you know, trying to do a lot. You know, you got these two cards together. So really coming into yourself. I like that energy. One more final thought. One more final thought on the moth. One more for the moth. One more for the moth. For the greatest good. Ooh. See, someone had to go through a lot of stuff here, you know. There's wounded energy. It comes and goes. And then it's the differences are reconciled but never spoken. You know, that's what I'm feeling. Yeah, to see. What are the differences about? What are the differences about? For the greatest good, never ending. No, sorry, it's not the never ending, or is it? You have a lot of choices, or they have choices, or you know what I mean? They're thinking about their choices. Right? So are you, because you got it twice here. You got choices twice. That's a confirmation. You could have new love coming to you, or that's what their expectation is. You know, we're not on deceit, we're on what they're doing. You know, they have choices in love here. That's what that is. Seven of Cups to the Ace of Cups in the beginning. But there's a lot of differences on the board, but love is present. And there's a beginning present. Is that with you? Well, it came upside down, and the movement is upside down. So, is that you holding it? 922. Are you ending this? Is it a cycle that you feel that's closed? Well, you'd rather not say. You're not expressing it. You're not reviewing it. You're not expressing it. You know, you made a choice. That's here, confirmation twice. You know, you're grounded with your decision. What about this deceit? You know, someone's not looking at it like that. Well, I'm sorry to say, justice came out. So, whoever or whatever this is, you know, you got justice for it. You realize something. You know, you got a choice to make, and you overrode deceit. You handled it differently than you normally would have, I guess. That's why is the deceit here with the justice for the greatest good? Why is the deceit here for the justice? World's energy. Hangman. I really don't quite like that energy. I want to see the crystal on that. I don't really quite like the energy. You're dealing with the Pisces. You're dealing with communication and action, like a cycle. You know, with the world energy there, karma, rainbow obsidian. So is it coming in as kindness? Heal your heart. Is there something you need to forgive? Maybe that would have justice with it if you thought about it differently. Get out of your own comfort zone. Get out of your own comfort zone. Because there's going to be justice, and they are thinking about it, you know, as far as I'm concerned with the justice here. Justice will be served upright over the deceit. You know, the balancing of it, you know, but are they playing with the heart? Don't do that. Don't do that. A lot of us don't even realize it, but don't do that. Turquoise energy, balance it. Prioritize your health. You know, it's not healthy to do this. It's not use. This is what you're looking at. Your health, whether this relationship's good, what would the outcome be, what other people think, who cares? There's also love on the board as well. Long-term commitment. Faith, hope, transformation. A feeling of being protected while in transformation. Not to be devoured, you know. So accepting who you are. Malachite energy. I feel a good energy with this. You know, it's luck, it's finances, it's a change in finance. You know, there might be bitterness around some people with that as well. I don't know what that is, but that you believe that there is. Yeah, absolutely. Could be family members. You know, let's get a small aspect of what that is. Turquoise energy for the greatest good for me and you. Turquoise energy, how they feel here. Turquoise energy, how they feel for the greatest good. Person A. Well, person A, you know, you're trying to bring something together, you know, but there's a Seven of Swords energy around it that you're not even seeing. You're not even looking at it. You don't even give it attention. You know, it could be that deceit. You don't even do it. You just look for stability and balance, which I like. Yeah, that's truth. That's having some clarity come in, you know. Adjusting the crown, so to speak. New ideas, new plans, intellectual, logical. There's reason, truth, victory, mental clarity, focus, decisions, new projects, knowledge, and vision. So you set yourself off to do something and you do it. And I think that's what the other person likes about you. We'll see. Bottom card. Yes, the Emperor. If you're coming, you know, or they're coming with the Emperor energy and that's how they think about you, they know that you can run your ship. You've got the King of Cups on the board and the Knight of Cups. So movement and love is coming to you, and I want to say that's in this new beginning over here. You know, with the Ace of Cups and the choices, and you have an option of new love. One of you have an option of new love, so you believe. You've been thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it, and that's what you want. Boredom could be on the board. You're both bored, so you both play with, the heart. I don't get that part. Feeling trapped, and that's what that leaves. Let's see what's overriding that. Yeah, planting that. No. This is a very dynamic, young relationship, where this is very young. Even though you have the king who can run all four kings. You have the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Love, you have the Ace of Cups. This is more like a long-term friendship that's had its ups and downs and ups and downs. And one person is seeing where the vulture energy is, where that transformation in oneself is. Or there's somebody looking back and looking at that. Mm-hmm. Backstabbing, betrayal, enemies, bitterness, defeat, surrender, ending, disaster, collapse, rock bottom, dead end, goodbye. And I think that's what you're doing. Slowly but surely, Queen of Swords right there. It's like goodbye. Yes, it is. And you're now waiting for something because you have a feeling. You could be calling in your soulmates. You could be calling in your family members. You could be counting on a little opening up a little bit more to love, or emotions, or letting yourself experience something like that, So, let's see what that brings. The Sun. Mm-hmm. Just saying. I'm just saying. You got the Sun. I mean, come on. That's good energy. Let's see, get a crystal on that. Can I have a crystal for over there, please? Why the Hangman is there? Somebody really wants a second chance, or, really wants, you might not know this person. If you don't know this person, then you don't know. But if you do know them, they want a second chance. But what are they planting? A trapped feeling? So think about that. Mm-hmm. You got to negate a truth, like the Ace of Swords coming in, and it says be strong with your boundaries. So, of course, and then you got this. The gate. You got Black Ring of Gate over here. Right here. Pisces energy. If you halt with something, if you halt with this relationship, what energy would be present for oneself other than the Sun? I mean, that's the best card in the deck. Uknite. No, sorry. Unikite. Live in the now. Live in the now. Whether you're accepting it, everything else, you got some truth, and some of it was hard to go through, Garnet energy. Very hard to go through. But at least there's healing around it with that crystal. There's lots of green in there. There's protection all the way through in the green. So if someone's ascending out of the shadows, that you're protected. One or more of you here. There's a lot of people on the board. So you got outside influences, third-party situations. That's the unknown in it, and there's no understanding there. A couple that really fights a lot. But just growing and learning something from it. I mean, right there with even my painting. Right there, strength in the lesson. One more for the lesson. One more for the lesson in crystal form for the greatest good. We don't want a crystal, smoky quartz. That's that's what you got there, but I'm not using it. And that's, what's hidden, what you both don't know, what you truly don't want to say in the truth. There's a will, there's hope there. It's been a long relationship. It's been a long time stable in a lot of things. You just had to go through a lot of things, had to be cut off, a lot of changes. And it's a message. A message about what you learned. Crow energy. Let's see. What's the message? Page of Cups. There's an apology on the board. There's a younger energy. Maybe they don't even know why they either start the fight or engage the fight or engage the entrapment feeling. They don't know. And that was their answer to you. I don't know. So that got you all, confused about a choice or a relationship to even have that kind of an answer. Left this sadness and Five of Cups energy. Pissed you off. So you left it out. Queen of Cups. And there's an Ace of Cups again in this deck. Again, Ace of Cups, Queen of Cups. Dealing with a Pisces. Or an unknown of an energy. There's such love on the border. There's a new love coming to one of you. There's a new love coming to, and I don't want to do that because I think this is friendship. And then, somebody wants to go further than the other, and you know what I'm saying? It's just, there's a block here. There's lots of blocks, and I think that's what the vulture energy is upside down. It's like something that you don't want. You already made a decision here to stabilize. You notice where the sun's meant just come in. You are looking broader than what you're in the here and now with. So that's a good energy, and it's a good way to learn because, the movement forward. Let's get one for that and a smaller card. What that message is. Message with the strength halt. Well, there's celebration, there's judgment, quick to judge. There's a magician energy. So they thought they were going to use a master movement and put an unknown moon energy. And you manipulated it, used it for gain, and you weren't in it for the long haul. It was a dip in energy. Take what resonates. It's not being fair. Somebody's not looking at it, There's a clarity here. With the Queen of Cups, there's broken hearts. There's somebody's waiting for something, and that's what I think the deception was. To get you to wait. Wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. And you got knowledge and you got no movement. And that's what they want. And you notice that there's something better. So whoever this is for, it might just be a me. Not a me and you. Seven of Swords energy comes out. Again, when I say that, when I put it on the sun, you got something more beautiful. That you deserve something more beautiful. Sorry, cross watcher, or sorry who's on this side. I know you're loyal. I know you're full of hope. I know you're full of, I'll do it, I'll do it, I'll do it, never do it. And then it's wishy-washy. That's what I said. And then not even a defense with it, admitting it and being like, ugh. So, like, this person's like, I don't really going to accept this anymore. I'm not accepting it anymore. That's why there's combat and strife comes with that. They're upside down. All the wanderers beating each other up, It's like combat and strife, and then they think about it. And look what's spilled. You don't realize what's really in front of you because you're all in the here and now, only looking at the negative. Try not to do that. You can have a transformation, you don't even see it coming. This is toxic. The devil energy came out. It's toxic, toxic, toxic balance. Now you got communication, now you know the energy that's around you, not calm, healing. It's another energy. Why the Black Man Gate keeps coming out. At least you're not committed to the negative. You're really looking forward to a positive, which is able to manifest. Manifestation came out twice with two magicians, so it backed itself up. Right? 24-42. Very nicely done. You know, you've come a long way, whoever this is for. Both of you have. There's been a lot of lessons on this board. There's been a lot of truth and acceptance. And I think this person knows it, you know, that, wow, this is a catch and I let it go, or I'll never have a friend like that again, or geez, I miss my sister. You know, that's a deep energy. On the bottom of the deck, juggling it. At least it's upright and you're looking for a positive note, whatever that is. Yeah, you're going to be celebrating with something. Magician energy. You could be dealing with a Gemini that you're very, very happy with. It could be a Gemini. Like magic. Yeah. Somebody who's worked hard, who stands up for themselves, who knows where they're going, who's not going to give up. It's a beautiful energy. You like that energy? Yes, you do. Ten of Pentacles. You got walking away from something that you thought wasn't gonna thing, but you turned around with this. You turned around here. That's all I'm saying. Yep, you turned around. You got the lovers twice. Lovers twice. You know, there's a King of Pentacles energy. Getting her done. Getting her done. So somebody's getting it done, and you're just going to know it, you know. If it's new, if it's a dynamic, toxic relationship that really needed a message for both of you to learn and have that beautiful transformation, you know, then that's what the energy is now. So grab it. It's letting go of the hurt, the pain, the bull crap that goes to show it. This could be two older people. I hate to say it. Let it go. Okay. Alright, that was a harsh one. Alright, we'll see what happens on the never ending. Alright, take care.